We have a next speaker, Mr. 𝗙cie HIH𝗲𝗃, a technology enthusiast, CEO of On My Own Technology Private Limited, a dynamic research and innovation center that brings STEAM learning to schools. They've trained close to 80,000 students till date with 65 international and national robotic awards. They've published 68 research papers. They have filed 4 patents, out of which 1 has been granted recently. OMOTEC kits have been recognized by the Education Department of Government of Maharashtra. I think with the changing paradigm in education, it becomes important for us educators to understand the changes in the edtech sector. And with this, I would like to invite Mr. 𝗙cie HIH𝗲𝗃 on dais to share his insightful presentation.
Hello, good afternoon everyone, and thank you for having me here. Thanks to Times2Grow for having us here. It's very interesting to always talk about a new topic like robotics and coding, and this is one that I'm sure as educators you've kind of seen it from a background, or you've started kind of looking at it and trying to see, is this something that we really want for ourselves or for our schools? A lot of you may already have 𝗟𝗏 labs set up in your school, and you are now starting to tinker with the concept of how to use robotics and coding, and not only kind of attract students to your school, but also make it as part of the curriculum itself. Technology has become all pervasive. We live and actually breathe technology. Can I have a quick raise of hands just to see how many of you have not looked at your WhatsApp in the last 5 minutes? It's wonderful to see just 4 people have raised their hands, and the rest of the audience still continues to be on WhatsApp or has looked at WhatsApp in the last 5 minutes. How many of you have actually not looked at your Facebook feed today? That's quite a lot, so more business for Facebook for today. Right? How many of you all actually used Google Maps to actually arrive at the hotel today? That's fantastic. That's a very good high response. So you actually see that every now and then you use technology. Now, if you look at the kids around you, you would actually see that most of the kids are actually using technology. In many cases, our parents ourselves actually go back to our kids and say, can you show me this particular feature of how to use? They are probably better at using Alexa and Google and stuff like that. If it was for them, probably Google and Alexa would also be doing their homework also for them, right? And I'm sure that the time is not far away where they will keep asking on the MCQs that you give them, they will ask Google and Alexa to actually give you answers for that. Now, having said that, it just means that children are actually using technology. Instead of making them becoming consumers of technology, can we actually start using the right side or the left side of the brain and bringing creativity and logic together to help them become better citizens of tomorrow, of not only using technology, but more importantly, actually developing technology for solving their day-to-day problems. So here I am about OMOTEC, and I will walk through a little bit about OMOTEC for you to kind of understand what we really do in schools. Yeah, can we have the AV, please? So OMOTEC is an organization that's focused on research and innovation for kids in the K-12 segment. Currently, we are working with almost about 40+ schools approved by the government of Maharashtra Education Department for providing our curriculum in schools. We are completely NEP based, and most importantly, we offer 5 subjects in robotics and coding. So the first one that we offer is mechanical engineering. Second one that we offer is around electronics. Third one is coding. Fourth one is around AI, machine learning. And the fifth one is around research and innovation. As you look at it, like things like design thinking, it starts becoming very important when you actually get students to kind of engage, learn the concepts of advanced mathematics, basic mathematics, geometry, using different kind of shapes and forms, able to kind of build their entire bots using mechanical constructions, and are able to kind of bring different kind of electronics to be able to move their entire momentum behind their development around the boards itself. So using circuit boards, different kind of electronics, microcontrollers like Arduino, which typically till about 5 years back an engineering student would actually use. Now it's actively used by grade 8, 9 and 10. Coding. This is one thing that all of us know thanks to some organizations who made it a boon as well as a bane in a couple of years back. But importantly, application of coding while using an automated circuit or by using mechanical is a very, very important aspect rather than just leaving it only to app making itself. These are some of the toolkits that we have actually introduced. And these toolkits actually help students to kind of use some of these materials in their overall development. Things like microprocessors, microcontrollers, which are there in your phones also, are some of the things that our students actually use to make their own science projects now. In schools, we actually provide trainers, curriculum, materials by grade, and students are able to then kind of develop their own subjects, develop their own automated projects, and this helps them understanding things like physics, mathematics, creating different kinds of algorithms. We also set up a lot of the STEM labs in school, and that kind of helps school to kind of bring in an environment of innovation in the mindset of the students itself. While we work with schools, we also work with government schools, focusing on their CSR programs, and that helps bring this kind of education accessible to a lot more younger students across India. While we do all the skilling, the most important thing that I want to reiterate over here is that we believe in application-based learning, which is all about students participating in competitions, both at an India level as well as global, because then they're able to kind of create prototypes, are able to work on solutions. Imagine an 8-year-old is actually creating a small robot which can actually go into manholes and be able to kind of test the air that is there in the manhole itself. Test the level of nitrogen, sulfate, potassium in the air. Now, given that, their understanding on physics and math will be so high, and they're actually now doing what they're actually learning in the classroom itself. So, do look us up. We are out there on stall, in the first stall right at the entrance itself. OMOTEC does bring a lot of research and innovation design concepts into the schools. Our students have published various research papers. Imagine a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, grade 8, 9, 10, actually publishing their own research paper by creating a prototype. That research paper is getting published in a journal like 𝗖𝗶𝗶𝗲, which is just supposed to be for engineers itself. It's all about just channelizing their thought process. They are smarter. The younger generation is much more smarter than all of us in this room and many more outside. They have much more better thoughts. Their exposure is far more higher. It's all about channelizing that mindset and bringing it to a point where they start making things on their own itself. So that's about OMOTEC. Thank you for having me, and thanks a lot for your time. Do visit us on the stall which is outside. Thank you.
Nitin Thakurji, we request you to please come up on stage to felicitate 𝗖ihe_𝗲𝗃. Could we please request 𝗖ihe_𝗲𝗃 to come up on dais?